Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Today, I thought that I would express to you how I'm feeling lately by creating another owl. This time, it's not going to be, um, a colorful little owl or a quiet little owl. This time, it's going to be a tired mama owl. So I'm starting off with two sponged on circles. I just used a sponge that is a circle shape. You can use a paintbrush and paint on circles. I use a sponge so that they are close to the same size, hopefully. And I have primed where his nose is going to be, even though his nose is going to be mostly black and gray. Her nose. Her nose. I am going to try really, really hard not to giggle throughout this video because I'm feeling quite self-conscious after a comment that I received regarding my giggle and how annoying it would be to sign up for a cool class where the person who's teaching, it just giggles every 5 seconds. Luckily, my class is free, and if you don't like it, you can leave. So if I do laugh, I'm sorry. You must mute me because I like to laugh, and I laugh more while I'm painting than I do any other time in my life right now. So I'm not about to stop. Now I'm starting off with doing yellow in the eyes, and then I'm going to do a gradual dark red, like a berry wine color, and I'm going to sponge in that and blend it in with the yellow and orange. So it's going to go from light to dark from the top of the eyes down to the lower part. And we are going to be putting some black in the eye, and we're going to do some eyelids. So some of this is going to be covered up, but I want to start off with the eyes first. Get that blending out of the way, get that completely done before we start on anything else. Of course, I was just using finger sponges. I got them from Amazon, like a little thing full of finger sponges. And that's what I used to blend the colors in on larger spaces like the eyes. But in the nose, I'm just using a blending brush, one of my homemade blending brushes, which I will leave in the description, as well as my fine lining brush. Everything you need to know about this tutorial and the stuff I'm using, or the stuff that you might need to use if you want to create the exact same thing, all my paint colors, everything is listed in the description below this video. So don't forget to click there and get all my secrets. And I will be posting, of course, this little colorful little owl in my Etsy shop, as well as a bunch of other stuff. Probably it might even be tomorrow. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Time is slipping away with me homeschooling 2 kids and trying to keep my business afloat. At the same time, it has not been going very well. And if I'm working, it's usually at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, because that's when everybody doesn't need me anymore. That's when the house is quiet. My cats don't yell at night. I don't know why. They don't want to play fetch at night. My kids are sleeping at night. My husband is sleeping at night. Nobody needs me. So if I wake up in the middle of the night and everyone's sleeping, I sometimes have to work at that time. So that's what I've been doing lately, and it's not healthy. And I really need to get myself a routine going, but it's really hard with everybody being home and being responsible for being a teacher at the same time as having a business and having obligations and being a wife and having a home that I still have to finish renovating and painting and all that stuff. So it's been kind of stressful, a little bit, not to mention the lockdown. We are still in a lockdown till June at some point. I don't even know. Still not doing well here. So, but at least we do have nice weather, and I'm able to buy plants and plant my gardens and paint outside, which I've been doing a lot of lately. So it's exciting. So I've done a couple, they kind of look like fish scales. They're like little scales, and then I did pinstripes on the scales. I am going to underline each scale with black paint right now using my fine lining brush. And that's just to separate all the scales. And once it's sealed with resin, you'll be able to see those gold pinstripes a lot better, I promise. It's hard to see like when it's like this. Everything really stands out a lot better once it's been resined. So I did little hairs around the eyes in white already. And now I'm using a patina. It's called patina. And it's kind of like a light greenish blue. And I'm just going to do some wispies around the upper parts of the eyes. And I'm going to do some teal at the lower parts. You'll see all of this happening. I'm just using my fine lining brush, and I'm flicking the paint carefully around the eyes. Don't worry if you get a little bit in the eyeball area. Just try and be careful because we can fix certain areas with that. So I've already got a little bit of white on the one side of the eyeball, but I'm not going to worry about that because it's going to be an eyelid and some stuff going on as well. So I've brought the hairs down over top of the beak. I keep calling it a nose. The beak, and I'm bringing it around the bottom. And of course, the wing is covering most of that side of the eye, so we don't have to do any of that stuff there. This is almost exactly the same as my quiet little owl and my colorful little owl. I won't be adding as many crystals and as much glitter in this one as my colorful little owl, but this one just looks tired and sleepy, and it's got like a quilt for feathers, so I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm putting in some teal at the bottom and wisping that in. I'll be adding a little bit of white over top of that so that it's not so bold. And I'll be putting some up around the other side too. And I'll just add white over top where I need to fix it as we go along. It looks a little bit uneven for a little while. Don't worry. I'm going to fix it. I promise you. Don't get all OCD on me. I will be adding gold, like I said, around certain areas, outlining certain things. I will be adding some chrome powder, which is a very fine powder glitter. And if I put it on there and then put some Mod Podge over top or triple thick, it holds the glitter in place, and it just kind of gives the eyes some dimension. It's kind of like my dragon eyes where I put that glitter on the dragon eye. It really does give it dimension. So I like putting glitter in the eyes or adding a little bit of gold to the eyes. So now I'm going to do some heavy tired eyelids, which are going to be purple because I'm pretty sure my eyelids are purple from all of the sleep I'm not getting. If anyone asks why I'm not beautiful, it's simply because I have never gotten beauty sleep ever. Oh, sorry. Nervous laugh, you guys. Nervous laugh. It's coming back again. It's actually not a nervous laugh. I actually think I'm funny. So I've done heavy eyelids, which are going to be purple, and I did the black pupils. They're not exactly the same. I don't worry about stuff like that. If it really bothers me once everything is done, then I will go back and fix it. But if I don't notice it, I'm not really going to worry about it if the eyes aren't exactly the same size or looking in the exact same direction or what have you. I just don't concern myself with perfecting everything. I want to create something, and I don't worry about it being, I don't even know how to, like, you can't measure them and say, yes, this is exactly like an owl's eyes would be. You know, their pupils are not that size, Rachel. I'm not really concerned about that kind of stuff. I don't let that stuff stress me out. I just like to have fun with my painted rocks. So this area, I'm going to let that purple dry a little bit. We're going to work on that a little bit later. Let the eyes dry a little bit. And I'm just doing feathers. I keep getting globs of black paint in places, but we're going to be coloring that all in with different other colors and designs anyway. So we're not going to see those little mistakes either. And I'm doing like just two layers of feathers And each feather is going to be different. It's going to have a different design on it, different colors. You can do polka dots, you can do stripes, you can do like an ombre from one color to the next. You can do like a quilt where there's little patches. But basically, it's kind of like her feathers are a quilt, and each feather is a different material. And she is cozying up under that quilt, and she is about to snooze happily because someone else is taking care of the kids, someone else is taking care of the dog, someone else is taking care of the dishes. And she is going to have the best beauty sleep ever. And then she's going to wake up and turn into a butterfly. I'm just kidding. She's still going to look exactly the same when she wakes up. She'll just be rested. That's all. She'll be rested, Mama Owl. So you can see I'm just starting off with painting my feathers different colors. I'm going to probably use a little sponge to get rid of all those brush strokes so I don't leave globs of paint anywhere. And I'm just going to color each one of these feathers in. And this is where you get to be as creative as you want to be. You can pick the colors that you like and the designs that you like. If you have a favorite blanket or a blankie that you had when you were little, you can try and do that in one of your feathers, or you can do the whole wing like that and just separate the feathers afterwards. It's a lot of fun. You can be super creative with this part. So I'm just going to gab and talk to you while I'm doing the feathers because it's just fun to do that. I hope everyone's well. Are you getting warm weather where you are? I am in Northern Ontario, and it was actually, my phone said it was like 31 degrees today, and that's Celsius. And that is warm for a May day here in Northern Ontario. That is super warm. I didn't even see hummingbirds today. I think it was too hot for them. But it was nice. I spent most of my day outside painting and watching crime shows on my cell phone outside. Yeah, it was nice. Listened for birds, and my kid came outside and watched his tablet and played with chalk, and it was nice. It was beautiful. We don't get to do that this early usually. So it's much needed, much needed. Now I did lighten the eyelids a little bit in the center, and then I'm just going to darken it up. I outlined it again with the dark purple. I think it's eggplant purple. It's nice and dark, just like my eye baggage. Nice and dark. Nice and noticeable. It happens when you're tired. It can't be helped. So yeah, I'm just using a little Martha Stewart sponge. It's small. It's my smallest sponge that I have here. And that's why I use that one. It's perfect for blending out that lighter color in the purple eyelids. And I will be giving her some eyelashes. And now, you guys saw me do this with my dragon eye, where I watered down black paint, make it super watery. And now I'm using a blending brush, or you can use like a small sponge like I was just using. And I'm just kind of shading in underneath her eyelids. So it looks like there's some shading there. And now I'm adding that really super fine chrome powder or glitter. I call it chrome powder. People call it shell powder, chrome powder. There's a few different. It's just very, very fine glitter. And I put a little bit of that on the eye. And now I'm putting triple thick to keep that glitter in place. And that triple thick will be nice and dry before I try and go and resin this rock. You have to make sure everything is dry first. Now I'm just making sure the eye is outlined, separated from all those little wispy feathers. And I find that the eyes are a little bit dark. I should have lightened them a bit more lower in the eye area. But they actually look really nice once it's resined. It looks dark right now, but it looks nice once it's sealed. Everything kind of pops, and then you really see all the hard work you put into it. So I'm just going to put some of my chrome powder or my fine powder. It's a purple color, so I'm putting a little bit of that on her eyelids. She can be pretty and tired, so she's going to have some glitter. And I'm going to do the triple thick trick again. You can use Mod Podge or you can use clear glue, whatever you have handy. As long as it dries clear and it doesn't wreck the effect that we're going for, you're good to use it. And just make sure whatever you're using is dry before you seal it, or else you might end up with some little flaws there. So I added some little white bloops to the eyes just to make them look a little shinier. You guys have seen that before. I'm going to list my owl tutorials in the description, just so that you can take a look at them if you're interested. And I might have spent a little bit more time on the eyes on the other ones. So you might not find that you got what you needed from this one, but you can definitely learn from the other ones. They're very popular. So on this purple lavender, it's a light lavender, I'm just going to use white. It's going to stay white, and I'm just doing like a little design where there's white outlines of flowers. And you can do whatever you want. This one's going to be an ombre where it goes down from green to jungle green to teal blue. So you'll see that color change, because I'm going to use a sponge again because it blends things together much nicer than any paintbrush I've used. But I'm just going to change that so that it has a nice change from the lime green down to that blue. I'm going to blend it all in. And that's it for that one. We're not going to do anything else for that one. You can go simple or you can go like crazy with it. And I'm going to add little dotted flowers on this one. And then I'm going to actually add little Swarovski crystals to it later after I've resined. So you'll see that at the very end when it's sealed. I add my crystals about 5-6 hours after I resin them. It sticks like glue. Super, super sticky, and then they kind of weld there to the stone while it's curing. So yeah, 5 to 6 hours later, after sealing it with resin, is when I add my crystals. But you do what's best for you. You can also add them first and then seal with resin over top of them, and that way they're never coming off. Not unless you purposely try and get them off. Now with this one, it's just a blue background, but I'm going to put some cute little stars. They're like a chunky glitter, and they're just stars. So I put a little bit of glue down or triple thick, and then put all these stars on top. This part is going to be kind of like a bumblebee, black and yellow. Not really sure. I don't have a blanket that resembles bumblebee pattern in any way, but I was just running out of ideas. But you get to decide what you want to do. That's always fun. You can do just straight glitter on a feather, which I do. I'm going to do some glitter on the purple. But each one is different, and you decide what's your favorite things. Like if you like rainbows, you can do rainbows all over one feather. If you like, I don't know, apples, you can do apples or cherries on one. It's totally up to you what you want to do. I just look at it like it's her little cozy, her little cozy blankie wing. And it's warm. And I love flannel. So each one of these feathers is actually flannel because that would make me happy. I love flannel. I love flannel so much. Like even in the winter, in the summer, I literally sleep with a flannel sheet all summer. I don't need no blanket. Give me a flannel sheet. They make me happy. And all winter, my kids are the same too. They love it when I tuck them in and I put a fresh flannel sheet on them. They just love it. It must be it must be part of me in them somewhere because I'm a real fan. I don't wear like flannel shirts and stuff, but flannel sheets, oh, they are the bomb. The bomb. So I'm outlining all my feathers. I'm separating. You can see I did some orange with white pinstripes. I did green with little dotted flowers. I've got like a thicker striped blue one. I got a black one with gold dots being striped down. That purple's gonna have some glitter on it. My blue has some gold dots as well. Everything looks great. It's very colorful. Very, very colorful. It's gonna look a lot brighter and gorgeous when you see it sealed with resin. So I'm just kind of highlighting her eyelashes. I did give her some eyelashes. She's doing better than I am with those, I'll tell you that much. My eyelashes need some help. I've never had fake eyelashes put on. Well, I did for my wedding, but I've never had like, they actually like glue them onto you and they're there for a long period of time. What is that called? Extensions, eyelash extensions. I've never had that. I have a feeling that it would look so unnatural. I would just act unnatural with giant fluffy eyelashes that have been glued onto my face. I don't know, but I wish I did have longer eyelashes, but I'll settle for giving my owl eyelashes instead. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm seeing on Facebook that a lot of places are opening up in the States, and everybody's like getting to see family, and I'm just so happy that it's looking that there's hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully Canada and Ontario especially will start showing signs of improvement. I think we have been over the past couple of days. Our numbers have been dropping a little bit, but I'm hopeful. Pray for us all. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to resin it, and then I'm going to add some crystals, and then I'm going to show it to you guys outside with some of my new plants. I did some gold outline there for the under of the eye. I like my gold. And I also outlined all my feathers in gold too. So there's a lot of gold in this one. Okay, guys, if I could do a drum roll without sounding strange and losing subscribers, I would. But I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to show you my succulents. And yeah, hi. Hi there. You're doing well. Quite colorful. My petunias. So here is our very tired mama owl, who is still waiting to go to sleep, but Rachel keeps bothering it. Isn't she pretty? She's really colorful. She's bright. She's sparkly. I love the stars. I love the glitter. I love all of those different colors and designs. You get to be as creative as possible with it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you're going to make a tired mama owl, or if you're going to make a quiet little owl. It's up to you. I just want to hear about it. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you share my video with your family and friends. Teach them something new and fun to play with, which is rocks and paint. Keep painting, you guys. I love you, and I will see you very, very soon.